Okay, let's do some Advent of Code 2023 Day 1 Part 1. I've already grabbed the test and the real data. You can see our test data here. The goal with this challenge is to extract digits from each line, creating a 2-digit number with the first and the last character on each line. So no matter what, we're going to end up with a 2-digit number, and then we're going to sum those up, and whatever the answer is to that is what's going to be checked. So let's go ahead and get into our Python script and set up a file path variable. And the way that I like to do this is to create 2 of these and have one as my test data and one is the real data, and that way all I need to do is swap the commented line to get the appropriate input data. So now we're going to do our typical opening of the file. And then we're going to do our read that in as file. Okay. And then obviously we're going to be going through line by line. So we're going to say for line in file. And then I think the way that we want this logic to work is to check character by character if it's a digit or not. And if it's a digit, we will join it into a string. So let's say text to nums is going to be equal to whatever we get joined together. We're going to join the characters for character in line, but only if the character is a digit, right? So if we did this correctly, we should be able to print out text to num. So let's go ahead and test that out. And if I'm looking at those numbers correctly, yeah, trebuchet, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so let's comment that out and let's continue on. So that extracted the digits. Now we want to create the 2-digit number, right, with the first and the last digits. So we're going to say 2-digit is equal to text nums, the first one, right, concatenated with text to nums, the last one, right? So we're going to use the -1 to go in the reverse order, grab the first and the last. Okay, let's go ahead and print out 2-digit just to test and make sure this works. Yeah, 1238, 5077. Okay, cool. So I think that's working so far. Now we need to sum them up. So we need something to keep track of the answer. So let's set an answer variable equal to 0. And then let's comment that out. And what we're going to do is we're going to say answer. We're going to take whatever it is and add it to the previous one, plus equals 2-digit, right? So now we'll print out answer, and let's see if that worked. Okay, right, because we're grabbing these as strings and then trying to do arithmetic on them. So what we want to go and do is turn this into an int, right? So we're going to cast it as an int, and we're going to run it again. Okay, and that looks correct. Okay, so now let's go ahead and swap our inputs around and give it a shot. And I'm going to copy this number and check to see if we got it right. Fingers crossed.